Hello and welcome back to the channel. Steuben here, and today I have for you the Gengar Single Strike VMAX deck profile coming out of Fusion Strike, the newest and latest Pokemon TCG expansion. This deck so far in testing has been a lot of fun to play. I love Single Strike. For those that have followed the channel on Twitch and all the other content for the longest time, I really love the Single Strike archetype. And then Gengar honestly just like encompasses what Single Strike Urshifu VMAX could do, just without having to discard all your energy. So let's just get into it. Start of the show, Gengar VMAX coming in with 320 HP, the Darkness type, with 2 attacks, Fear and Panic for 60 times. That does 60 times the amount of damage for each V and GX that your opponent has in play, so that can scale up pretty cool. Especially like against something like an Eternatus with a bunch of E-turns and Umbreon or Crowbar or Galarian Moltres, it really can scale up there. Other decks play, a lot of Vs and GXs. The new Mew Fusion Strike deck is going to play a lot of Mews and Genesect, so it really gets there. Plus, you can hit for weakness, and you can increase your damage output with Single Strike energy. And then the big boy attack for 3 energy, G-Max Swallow Up for 250. During your next turn, it can't attack, but we play a lot of things to move around and retreat. So we're rocking 2 copies of Gengar VMAX, and then we've got 3 copies of Gengar V. Gengar V, 210 HP, Single Strike, 2 energy attack, Dark Slumber, 40 damage. It puts your opponent's active to sleep. Could be, maybe used sometimes, but it's not super reliable. And then the second attack, Pain Explosion for 190. You put 3 damage counters on this Pokemon. This isn't super relevant, really, honestly. Most times you're just going to attack with the VMAX. And to move along with these, we're playing the Umbreon Package. So we've got 3 Umbreon V and 2 Umbreon VMAX. Umbreon VMAX, obviously, really good card out of Evolving Skies. Dark Signal here. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. So basically, it's like boss's orders when you evolve your Umbreon into Umbreon VMAX. And then, of course, Umbreon V, not the worst thing ever either. Mean Look, 30 damage, they can't retreat. And then Moonlight Blade for 3, 80 plus 80 more if there's damage counters on it. Plus, you stack that up with Single Strike energy. So you could theoretically hit, 180, 200, 220 if you really, really push it there with other cards. So that's those are the big chonky boys for this deck profile. And then, of course, we're going to play the normal Single Strike package. We've got 4 Houndour and 3 Houndoom. In the match between Bolton VMAX, the list did play a 4-4 line. Between my buddy and I, our playtesting and our analysis, we decided that 4-3 is probably just plenty enough here. Houndour, nothing really to scoff at. However, you can take some cheeky knockouts, as you've seen in that match, with Houndour and Single Strike energy attached to it. And then Houndoom, with its ability Single Strike Roar. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Single Strike Pokemon, attach it, Single Strike energy from the deck, and then put 2 damage counters on it. So like the damage counters accelerate the attack of Umbreon V, it gets the damage in play, and then, it's just really cool. So, ideal turn 1 is to have a Houndour and a Gengar in play, and at least get an attachment on this, and then turn 2, evolve here, use Single Strike Roar, get the second energy on there, attach for turn, maybe switch it out, and then you've got the VMAX here to really clench some butt cheeks. So that's the Pokemon line. And again, the list will be down in the description below. We do have a single Crobat outside of the Single Strike realm just to be able to draw cards, and you actually can attack with it in this deck, surprisingly. Not likely, but it is possible. We'll get to that, but yeah, when you bench this Crobat, you draw until you have 6 cards in your hand, so it's just a good utility to get in there, and it fits the dark theme as well. Alright, on to the supporters. Nothing too fancy. 4 copies of Professor's Research, discard your hand, draw 7. And we got 4 copies of Marnie. Both players shuffle their hands, put them on the bottom of the deck. You take 5, they take 4 from the top. Disruption, draw power, it really gets through. And then we're playing 2 copies of Boss's Orders. Honestly, I think 2 is plenty because you've got the 2 copies of Umbreon VMAX, and in most times, like, between the 2 of these, you're golden. That's the supporters. Pretty standard, nothing really to scoff at. I could consider a Karen in here, I think. Wouldn't be the worst option ever. We could look into that in the future as the testing goes on. For stadiums, we're playing 4 copies of Tower of Darkness. Once during either player's turn, the player might draw 2 cards by discarding a single strike card. So you can pitch your extra, Umbreon Vs, you can pitch your extra Houndours or Houndooms that you don't need for a point in time, or you can pitch your extra Towers or whatever else to draw extra cards and really get through the deck a little bit more. One of the items, pretty straightforward. We got 4 copies of Quick Ball, 4 copies of Evolution Incense, and 2 copies of Level Ball. These are your searchers. Get your basics, get your evolutions, and then grab the Houndours. Late game, the level balls turn into potential draw power with Tower. You grab a not needed Houndour, pitch it with the Tower, and draw. And then deck thinning, deck searching. These are just really good to be able to all right, cool. I don't remember how many single strike cards I have, or what energies are left, or what boss count, or whatever. This is just a really good thing to burn potentially to be able to search your deck an additional time. Continuing with the items, we're playing 4 copies of Switch. The list in the video we put out with the match, we are only playing 3 copies of Switch, but I think a 4th is essential here, especially when we get further into the deck. You'll see why. I mean, Gengar can't attack after you've used the GMAX Swallow Up that next turn. So to be able to reset this out and then go back into the active again and just swing again feels really good. Continuing with the items, we got 3 copies of Urn. We were playing 4. I think 3 is enough. We're so used to playing 4 Urns because of Urshifu and having to discard your energies. So Urn of Vitality, shuffle up the 2 single strike energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. So this is just pretty straightforward. It's definitely a needed piece, and I think 3 is plenty here because again, you're not really discarding your single strike energy like you would with an Urshifu VMAX. On to the one-offs, we've got a single copy of Air Balloon, we've got a single Vitality Band, and then we've got a single Scroll of Scorn. The scroll was not included in the previous list, but I think this is really good. This is just if they can't one-shot your Gengar for whatever reason, or even an Umbreon, or if you really need some extra cheeky damage, you could double ping the Houndour with 2 single strike roars, or Houndoom and then Furious Anger for even more damage, especially with a lot of things running around weak to darkness. Still, I think people will eventually gravitate back to Shadow Rider as it's like a safe bet for a little bit until Gengar kind of like grows in popularity. And especially with PTCGO, a lot of people are going to be struggling at the first week or so to build the top tier decks for the most part outside of content creators. So people will fall back upon other cards and archetypes until they can get what they need from grinding the ladder out and whatnot. And hey, if you're looking for the cheapest PTCGO codes on the market, check out Furionspokemon.com. You can hit the link down in the description below and use code Steuben for 10% off your PTCGO code purchases there. He just put up Fusion Strike codes at 67 cents a piece. With the 10% discount, it brings them down to 60 cents a piece, cheaper than any of these other big stores out there with their big content creator 5% off code. So, go support a small dude who helps out us with codes for the channel. So that's it for the items. And then to round it out, we've got 4 Hiding Dark and 4 single strike energy. We'll talk about Hiding Dark first. This is basically just removes the retreat cost of your dark Pokemon. So Gengar VMAX has a 3 retreat cost. Gengar V has a 2. Umbreon has a 2. Umbreon VMAX is 2. This is a 1. You got a 2 on this, and you can actually attach it to Crowbat and give it free retreat. So it's a pivot indefinitely too. In worst case scenario, you can actually Venomous Fang because of Hiding Dark energy. You couldn't before with single strike energy or capture energy or fighting energy in the Urshifu versions of single strike. So this just feels more consistent together. It feels well put together better because of just the pure dark synergy. And again, you've got 2 different weaknesses. The Gengar is weak to fighting, but the Umbreon and Houndooms are weak to grass. So you're in there pretty good. And then of course we're playing 4 copies of single strike energy. Can only be attached to a single strike Pokemon. It provides fighting and dark, and then it increases the damage you do by 20 to your opponent's active Pokemon. So a Gengar VMAX with 3 of these on here, you're hitting for 310, and if you put on the Vitality Band, you're hitting for 320. You're one-shotting almost every VMAX there is. So it just feels really good to be able to load this up, and even in most situations too, like a Fear and Panic with this with 2 energy feels really good. This deck has been so much fun to play. I can't wait to get it online and play it over on Twitch. And again, please follow me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Stubin. Links will be all down in the description below. Tonight, the day I'm uploading this video to YouTube, Thursday, the 11th, we're having a standard tournament over on Limitless that I'll be casting and streaming it, and then as well as opening up a whole load of Fusion Strike packs in game. I've got about 150 packs I'll be opening up in PTCGO. So come over if you're seeing this live today on the channel here. Come on over to Twitch and hang out with us. Participate in the standard tournament, win some Evolving Skies packs, and then potentially we'll see what happens. But hopefully you guys enjoy this deck profile. Again, I'll have it down in the description with a whole bunch of other stuff: Patreon, Twitter, Instagram, all the socials. Hit me up on all the platforms. Really going to be keeping this going. Keep an eye out for a booster box opening of Fusion Strike in the next couple of days as it's done being edited by our lovely editor. And this is just going to be a simple out there for everybody. Please, legitimately, have fun. Play this deck. Don't let anybody tell you it's not good. I think this deck is so solid in comparison to what Urshifu has been over the past few months. And I hope you enjoy it. Again, thank you for likes, comments, subs. We're still pushing close to 1,000 here, so expect something awesome when we hit 1,000 subs on the channel, and catch you guys in the next one. Much love and peace out.